World Bare Knuckle Fighting Federation presents Rise of the Titans live on pay-per-view, Friday, November 9th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. To order, contact your pay-per-view provider.
I'll beat your ass. Yeah. I'll beat your ass. I'll beat your ass. I'll beat him on God, though. Talk slick, move quick like a fire.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the World Bare Knuckle Fighting Federation. I am joined by one of the co-owners, who I will be joined by for the first couple of calls here. So these are our first calls. And my name's Lee Honish. I am joined by JC. Does everybody just know you by JC? Like, that's the only way I was introduced to you.
Yeah, no, I mean, my name's Johnny Castellano, but, I mean, it's such a long Italian name that I've just gone by JC my entire life almost.
JC, how did you guys get involved with bare knuckle fighting?
You know what? It was the CEO, Tom, and I, we were discussing, combat sports, and he came up one day and said, from what I've read, bare knuckle fighting's back legalized. And we just are fans of MMA, combat sports in general, boxing. And so we delved into it, and we looked, and we thought, this is such a specific niche that I don't know if we should pass this up. And so we started the WBKFF. We got in touch with Paul Tyler, who was a matchmaker out east. He became our matchmaker pretty quick. And then the rest is history. We've been signing some fantastic men and women to fight under our flag.
Okay, so let's discuss bare knuckle fighting and the world of World Bare Knuckle Fighting Federation. How is the format structure? From what I understand, we're basically putting two guys in front of each other, and they're just sort of going to town.
Well, and that's it. It's the gentleman's sort of fight. It's no gloves. It's unlike UFC or Bellator, where if a fighter goes down, you're not allowed to get on top of them. You're not allowed to punch them while they're on the ground, kick them. There's no kicking whatsoever. You can't even lift the leg to block. Not that you can use your legs anyway, but you can't use your legs. It's two people we're using a boxing ring, a standard boxing ring, okay. 3 ropes, and it's just a simple competition. You can tape your hands. However, you cannot tape your hands within an inch of your main knuckles on your hands. So you got to leave an inch on either side open, and then you can use tape.
So I'm going to take a wild guess and go that the broken finger rate is going to be pretty high here for people who aren't expert strikers.
Well, I mean, that middle knuckle is your biggest knuckle, and I would imagine a lot of those first 3 knuckles are going to be a little swollen after the fight, whether you've won or lost. So I think there's got to be some hand issues fighting in this type of format.
I would also expect this to be a bit bloodier. So how does the reffing on this actually work? Is there a stoppage based on blood, knockout, 10 count? What are the actual rules here?
So we have referees that have both done Bellator and UFC. The stoppage is sort of there are some clean-cut rules to the stoppage. If a fighter cannot get up, if he's unconscious, he or she, obviously the fight has to stop. It is under the discretion of the referee, where if they feel like a fighter's been hit, the fighter's gone down, and this fighter doesn't know where he's at, he or she is at, they're just out of it. It would be a disservice to have them try to stand up and continue this fight. The referee does have that discretion to go, you know what, or there is just a major cut. We can stop it. We can go to the corners. A cut man can look at it. If it's something too severe, if something's really out of whack and the fighter can't continue, then we call it. But these referees are the integral part of this whole situation because, they're the ones that have seen this. And of course, being bare knuckle, the cuts on the face or the jaw are a little cleaner because, with a glove, it sort of can stretch and tear the skin. This is sort of a clean hit, skin to skin. So it is definitely different than boxing or MMA.
So when you guys were putting this all together and you were going back and watching this, how is it from a spectator standpoint?
It's not for the faint of heart. I will say that. A lot of times these fighters are used to, ground and pound. They can get on the ground with each other, kind of hold each other, grapple, catch your breath a little bit. this is, as a spectator's, point of view, is nonstop action. I mean, this is, it is just a stand-up fight. That's it. There's no, I mean, you got to use your combinations, you got to use your ducking and weaving, of course, but I would think, as for a spectator, this has got to be the best thing ever. Now, that being said, can a fight be over in 20 seconds? Yes, it can. One good punch, that person's out, it's over. However, we do 5 rounds of 2 minutes each, and so we try to give it, some time to sort of develop and let the fight styles come out. But from a spectator standpoint, it's going to be bloody, but it's going to be amazing. We have some amazing athletes on this card.
Go to WBKFF.com. You can pick up tickets, and also tickets for the actual event. Everything went on sale on Friday for the Casper Event Center. How do they actually get tickets?
They can go right to our website. On our website, if you scroll down halfway through, maybe it says purchase your tickets here, or you can go right to the Casper Event Center website. It's on that page. You can buy your tickets there. Everything from floor seats all the way up to 100s and 200s and anything in between. And they're fairly, I think they're priced very, very fairly. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's all that. There's a couple of ways to get them done if you want to get tickets. Yeah,
tickets start at $10 and go all the way up to $500, whatever your price range is for anybody local there in Casper, Wyoming. Just so people understand, this isn't going to move around. This has to be in Casper, right? In Wyoming.
Well, this has to be for this event. Yes, it's going to be in Casper, Wyoming. There's only a couple of states that have legalized bare knuckle boxing, so we don't have the lower 48 or 50 states to choose from. Wyoming is one state, Mississippi is the other state. There are lobbyists out there, and it's just my opinion. I mean, I'm sure Nevada is going to get involved because Las Vegas is there, and I'm sure California is going to get involved. A lot of fighters are out of there, San Diego or LA or whatever. So on the East Coast, it's going to happen. So it's as the months roll on, there'll be more and more options. But this fight is, in fact, in Casper, Wyoming on November 9th.
Again, go to WBKFF.com. Get all the information. There's also pay-per-view for those outside of the Casper area. What can we look forward to on the pay-per-view?
You're going to see 10 fights that are going to be televised on pay-per-view. We feel like, we have preliminary fights that are going to occur before that. However, the televised pay-per-view fights, the 10 are stacked, from including a lightweight $100,000 tournament. We have that set. We have, obviously, Lieben Baroni. We have Christina Marks, Jasmine Clarkson, Brennan Ward, Johnny Hendricks, and, of course, you have Sean Merriman, the former NFL star, versus Mike Bork. So that's just to name a few. That's not all of them, but I mean, those are the highlights. The whole 10 fight card is very, very stacked, and we have some amazing preliminaries. So if you're in the Casper area, come on down, watch the fights, watch the whole thing. But on pay-per-view, it's going to be star-studded for sure.
Check it out for sure. We'll be back. This is a 5-part series, so if you want to learn more about it, just click on the next episode. If you want more episodes, just type in WBKFFpodcast.com. As simple as that. Available on iTunes and Google Play. Thanks, everyone.